Hello, hi, hello. I know that I'm not moving, but that is because we want to play Touchstarved today. And in order to play Touchstarved, I need to be in this form, a bit stiff, /PNG, because last time when we did, I think my CPU just couldn't handle having to run the game along with run my model, so it crashed 4 times in a row, which I don't want to repeat. So in order to do that, today we are gonna have to look at me a bit unmoving, but I think it's better than not finishing the game. So what we're gonna do today is finish Touchstarved. We've walked through all characters except Min. Min is the non-binary character that we're meeting, and I'm very happy because we're the same. Like, Min is pretty much me, which is very funny considering that I'm a person that's gonna, talk with them and probably be like love interest of them. But that aside, another feature of the demo of the game is you having like 10 minutes with each character in order to decide your path. Wait, what the hell is happening? Hey, oh, thank you. Hey, thank you, what is happening? Sorry that I'm not moving. I did this so I can play the game that I'm gonna play, because without it, it's gonna crash my PC, so I have to be PNG, but thank you for the raid. Oh my god, thank you very much. Hey, arigato. Thank you. Thank you. What? I can't believe that's happening. Again, I'm really sorry that I'm not moving. I had to be PNG so I can play the game, or my PC is just gonna die on me again. Thank you very much. Oh, that's so nice of you. Also, I love the emotes. The emotes are so fucking cute. What the hell? I can't wait to be able to have emotes myself. Ah! All of them. All of them are so cute. Oh. Thank you. Good beginning of the stream, I would say. But yeah, what we are doing today is finishing Touchstarved. My voice is generally very fragile, so I couldn't finish the game last time. I'm trying to VA the characters as best as I could. What we left is to finish the meeting with Min, the last character, and also there is like a scene with all of them, along with the ability to choose a path with one of them. And like have conversation with them. Hello Storm, how are you, Storm? Hey, today you're gonna look at me in this form. Thank you for the lurk. Oh, thank you for the lurk anyways, but please concentrate on your classes. Thank you. Yay! Okay, so let me open the game. Yay! We're here. Last time we tried that, we realized that I can't stream the game unless I'm in PNG form, because it basically crashed my PC 4 times. And my chat was nice enough to wait for me all 4 times. Oh jeez, that's loud. It's loud, I forget how loud this is in my ears. For now you guys are not hearing it. I am trying to set it up. Come on PC, work with me. Work with me PC. You can do it. Let me lower the sound a bit, because I think that this is gonna be way too much for us. I think this is gonna be good. Yeah, that's gonna be good. Even when I'm in this form, my PC is lagging while trying to play the game, which shows how bad my PC is. Come on, Let me do something. My BGM is off, I am on, my voice is on, and the game should be on in a second. Hello. Okay. Yep. I think I'm a bit too loud though. Maybe like this. Okay, I think that is gonna be fine like this. What I sincerely hope is we don't get crash when we got raided. I really hope so. PC can listen to me. PC can. Come on. Okay. Yay! We're semi-moving okay on screen. Semi. Continue. I think that was the last thing that we did. Yeah, because we met Ace, and when we came back from his place, it was nighttime, so it should be this. Yay! We're starting again. PC can work for me. Work for me. Oh no, it's not this. It's not this. It's huh. That's Ver. We met Ver before, so it's not this. I need to find the right save file. Yeah, we met Ace, unless I didn't save with Ace. Oh yeah. Saj. What I should do? Last time, I think the game basically crashed on me when I was around the Ace. Thank you for the lurking. Why I forgot to replay that part. Now I have to play that part again. Which I don't mind, but I don't know if my voice is gonna hold. Unless we skip the part with Ace and you guys can be free to go to check the end of last stream. I have it on YouTube as a VOD. Because I voiced it all Ace part and my PC crashed, like the game crashed and I had to finish the stream. Okay, let me drink a bit of water. I love the lurking emote, by the way. I want to have one of these when I can. My voice is too loud. His voice, once sinking, lower to a smoky growl. The shadows around him seethe and boil as he pulls me closer. Oh, his eyes. Come on, game. And something else. He murmurs against my throat, nose grazing my jaw. Let go! I try to twist away, but he doesn't budge. His breath trails down my neck, sending a thrill of dread through me. But just when I hear him bite, he takes a deep whistle instead. His wide, flat eyes gleam with naked hunger as he gazes up at me. Not quite human, not quite monster, Seems we're both. Bear! The stranger's ears flatten, and he releases me with a short breath. I yank my arm back, massaging it where his grip left grooves in the bandages. The stranger twists around to watch a woman duck out from a curtain behind him. He Preston uniform bears the insignia of the Cenobium. I leave you for what? 10 minutes? And you're making trouble again? We will quit harassing the tourists. The stranger were, I take it, rock his eyes and flash the glare. A withering smile. So suspicious. Can't you see this is a friend of mine? A natural liar. He grins at me and his tail swishes minutely. The woman purrs her lips at me, clearly unconvinced. I open my mouth to correct him, but word cuts in. I was graciously offering my dear friends some free advice. Though his voice remained light and cheerful, his expression darkened. Danger's drawn to you like a moth to a flame. It will always find you given time. The woman flushed her tongue. I thought she's heard this recital 102 times. Word of advice: don't take free advice from lazy foxes lounging on the streets. This crook would sell water to a drowning man for the sheer enjoyment of it. She shrugs off, a wilting look from Burr. Oh please, any friend of yours knows it's true. Now hold still. Burr rises gracefully at her approach. He pushes his hair aside so it drapes over her shoulder, exposing the long line of his neck. And suddenly, it dawns on me that the jingling I heard earlier wasn't coming from the harness attached to his collar, but a leash. A heavy iron chain wound around a hitching post and padlocked to the back of his collar. Burr paused deliberately to hide the leash from me. The woman produces a keychain from her pocket. She rifles through a dozen identical keys before selecting one and slotting it into the lock. Come on, unless your friend's tagging along on our merry little soulless hunt. They're hunting for soulless inside the city? Words momentarily fails me. The woman regards me with a polite, if tight smile before marching down the stairs. Burr lingers. He stretches his arm over his head with a yawn. And I try not to stare at the way his stomach flattens when he arches his back. Your little secrets are safe with me. Try not to get yourself killed, hmm? Burr hops off the stoop and bounces after the woman. His tail sways merrily, as though he hadn't just lied or threatened me. Did you try that thing I mentioned? The Vtuber knot? That the one where you take the 3 fingers and... Actually, don't tell me. Knowing you is disgusting. Burr's airy laugh echoes down the street. It's only after he and the cleric have vanished from sight that I realize I'm still missing something. Wait! Reflexively, I shove my hand into my pockets and find it. The room key. I use the key from my pocket and smooth my thumb over its teeth as I try to recall a touch, a tell, or any hint of her sleight of hand, but I can't figure out how he did it. All I know for certain is that the Cenobian saw fit to leash him, a fate I could share, if that's what his vague warnings meant. I let my eyes drift skyward, past the lanterns gently swaying in the breeze, to the Cenobians faintly visible through the haze. Just one glimpse, it's all I need. Then I can put all behind me. This time, the key goes into my coin purse for safekeeping. Okay, this time I'm gonna save too, because last time I didn't. Wait. He'll allow me. My PC is lagging, which makes the saving really uncomfortable. Let me save. Come on. I couldn't reproduce the same voice I made for before. It's more sleazy than what I did this time. Like, come on, stranger. This is very interesting face you're showing me. You know, that type of thing. But I couldn't recreate it at the moment I started reading. I cross as quickly as I can, climbing over uphill towards the distant tower. Hours later, legs aching, sweat beading on my forehead, I finally find what I was searching for. The cenobium of the luminous void. It stands at the highest point of Eridia, surrounded by gold-white walls. Well-dressed people stroll down the walkways, paying no attention to the massive tower in the midst. I'm the only one standing before the gates. I crane my neck up and up until the top of the cenobium towers disappear into the clouds overhead. I've run up the gates, wondering what horrible traps they might contain. Despite their delicate beauty, there must be more to them than meets the eye. Knocking seems like a terrible idea, but I don't see any other way making my presence known. I'm halfway up the steps when something moves in my peripheral vision. A shadowy figure crouches beneath one of the white walls. They reach out and tug one vine, as if testing its strength. Oi, you here! The shadow vanished as quick as I spotted it, and a gun-faced man in a crisp cargo uniform marches up the steps towards me. Another tourist. Get out of here once you're done gawking. A dismissive wave accompanies his equally dismissive words, and he turns on his heel without even waiting for an answer from me. I look back at where I saw the intruder. There's nothing. Just the leaves blowing gently in a cool breeze. Did the game froze? It shouldn't. I think. I hope so. Oh, okay. The game has parts where it kinda stops for a second to move to the next chapter, and that same part scares the crap out of me because I'm afraid my PC is shutting down. Someday when I have proper PC, I'm gonna still be afraid that something is gonna die. I step away from the gates, hopelessness washing over me. Hello! A whisper so close I can feel the warm brush of breath on my skin. I instinctively jerk away, but there's no one beside me. Halfway down the staircase, I spot a woman swaying in the breeze. She's gaunt as rail, her blouse moth-eaten. I am unable to take my eyes off her. Not because of the way she smiles a little too widely or the way her tousled braids look unbrushed for days, but because her eyes shine a vibrant, unnatural crimson. I am but entranced and unsettled by their simple glow. These days, you'd need a miracle to get in there. I'm unsure how to respond, or if I even should. Say nothing? After the experience I've just had, I'm not too keen on indulging strangers with small talk. Despite my silence, she maintains her unflinching stare and smile. Luckily for you, I have miracles for free. Whatever she is selling, I'm not interested. My words came out in a tired breath. No, thanks. I start down the stairs, but she abruptly steps into my path. She turns her back to me, and before I can reach, she slips her fingers under the lacing of her collar, stripping out her blouse in broad daylight. What you're doing? As warm fabric unveils bare skin, my panic is smothered by cold horror. A misshapen, sunken scar carves into the woman's body. Matted, gnarled skin snakes down her shoulders, blooming from a gaping hole in the back of her neck. A shuddering breath escapes me. Whatever disease this woman had ate away on her from the inside out. How is she able to move or breathe? It's impossible. She shouldn't be alive, and yet the power of curse. Anything can be yours too. The power of the sea spring. The woman slides back into her blouse and deftly laces it up. I caught your interest, then follow me. It's only a short walk away. Without another glance, she leisurely strolls down the Cenobium stairs, loose braids bobbing behind her. The edge of her scar peeks out from under the collar. I stand there, wordless, until I manage to regain my bearings. It's a twisted miracle, but a miracle nonetheless. This could be the stupidest decision in my life, but what choice do I have? I take a final look at the Cenobium's shut gates, then follow her down the steps. We descend from the high streets, leaving behind their gilded decadence as we cross the river. The wet, derelict district feels more familiar to me. But the crimson-eyed woman takes me further, then further still, and you are met with an all too familiar sight. My gut lurched when I faced the open horizon. The city outskirts are hardly recognizable in daylight, and probably safer from it. But venturing beyond Iridia's walls is a gamble I wasn't prepared to take so soon. Keep going straight, and the sea spring will reveal itself to you. I bark out a bitter laugh, loud and involuntary. I think I'd rather not. I'm replaying parts of what played last time because I finished the part that we're approaching now, but I don't want to just skip through it just in case somebody is watching that haven't seen the game, so I'm just going with it. Are you kidding me? It's not safe out there. You're as safe inside of the city as outside of it. Truthfully, the territory before you is the safest of all. What do you mean, territory? This region belongs to Ace. Most people know him as a gang leader, but he's much more than that. I squint against the empty wasteland. Only a fool or someone with nothing to lose would leave the city. Apparently, I'm bold. But if this sea spring cured her, I need to see what it can do for me. I set off into the wastes. Over my shoulder, the woman calls after me. Good luck, Zero. I hope we meet again. My heart pounds with each step I take from civilization. For what seems like eternity, I force each foot forward. One step, then another, until a realization hit me. I never told the woman my name. Something pierced the horizon ahead of me. A building, nested into a tall cliffside, but so starkly out of place it might as well be hallucination. It drips with extravagance and honeyed mahogany, an ornate jaw of architecture. A row of dark silhouettes stand out on the horizon. Trees, I think, until I'm close enough to realize what I mistook for branches or spikes and jutting tendrils. Soulless. Several of them watch me in the distance like statues. I don't think, I just run. Exploding in a messy sprint, I push my legs as fast as they make me towards the decorated building. Flashes of night chase me. The gushes of blood and screams of death. The smell of burning flesh and sour bile. I can't go through that again. I won't. The next thing I know, I'm dashing up wooden stairs and crashing through towering double doors. Okay, I'm gonna save here before we start this part in case something happens. Here. Okay. I gasp for air, my lungs burning from exertion. I'm desperate to be safe, but when I process my surroundings, it's more hellscape than sanctuary. Blood flows all around me, overwhelming my vision with a lurid, unholy red. Instinctively, my hand leaps up to my mouth. But the rotten stench of blood never comes. Instead, Smoky scent hangs in the air, sharp, spiced. I slowly tickle it, convincing myself that it's not as gruesome as it appears. This has to be the sea spring, the place that grants miracles. Pulling my eyes away from the pool, I take in the rest of my environment. The pillars flank me, blanketed with written notes. Sitting fuels scatter the floor. A rustic kettle sits nearby. Someone must live here, despite how eerily and empty it is. Go out. I hope I don't die. Because I know that you can't die in the demo. Hello? Is anyone here? My voice echoes across the cavern without response. I approach the paper-covered pillars. Maybe something here can tell me more. I reach for topmost. I don't know why each time I choose the topmost, even though I had seen somebody play also part of the game, so. But I always prefer the topmost. I reach for the note that's higher up. It reads, "No one will read this, but it's not for anyone else. This is evidence I existed in this rotting grim world. Even so, I wish I could have stayed longer. The bog girl will be lonely without me. I should have told her how The rest is scratched out. I wonder who wrote this." Before I can ponder it further, a sharp chill runs down my spine. Something's watching me. I quickly set the note back, my eyes staring around the wooden deck, but it's still empty, vacant. Finally, I look towards the sea spring. That stillness hides something deeper. Something wrong. I spin around and come face to face with a pack of soulless. I love the soundtrack for that part. The game has incredible soundtrack anyways, but this one is just it's so perfect. They chitter and crow, tendrils and spikes flutter trendingly. All different sizes and species, but sharing one identical trait, glowing crimson eyes. I try to back away, but my hue eaters over the sea spring, cornered. "Watch your step. It's deeper than it looks." That voice again. That sound of it. Soulless freeze. Their narrows squeaking. "And here is my boy." I search for the voice source and find it above me, lounging in the rafters. "You look lost, little sparrow." His gaze is boiling crimson, one that sears through me, leaves me feeling raw and exposed. Yet the same eyes I've seen over and over, first with the scarred woman, and now with the soulless circling me, all bound by the sea spring's blood red. In the shroud of darkness behind him, shapes like massive tentacles twist and coil around the wooden beams. I can't focus. The soulless growl ring in my ears. They are not advancing, but that could have changed any second. Panic rises in my throat as I struggle to track them. "Hey! Eyes on me." My stomach rose as I tear my eyes away from the soulless. Don't ignore someone who is talking to you. It's not polite. For a moment, anger knocked my fear aside. Who is this bastard? I don't want to die. Yeah, I'm distracted because of the sun. I'm kind of distracted by the soulless about to maul me. Only at my command. I scanned the soulless again. They really aren't attacking, posturing more than anything else. You tamed them? Power of the sea spring. They're hungry, so they might bite. You could give me a reason to stop them. How about I didn't do anything wrong? Trespassing. And that's punishable by death. He gives a nonchalant shrug. I called out earlier to see if anyone was here. Where we're supposed to play hide and seek? Didn't hear you. My voice stops in the throat. This man's fierce coldness is both infuriating and terrifying. I rack my brain for a way to diffuse the situation. Tell me what you want. I'm not in the mood for guessing games. Your hands. Alarm jaws through me. I hide my hands under my cloak. Show me. Why? Won't ask twice. With a sharp huff, I reluctantly hold on my bandaged hands. Are you getting off on this? Unwrap them. Heat rushes to my face and fire to my tongue. I should give him a piece of my mind, but not when these soulless are on command from ripping me to shreds. Yet no matter how much I will myself to move, my body is frozen in place. I stand there for a long, agonizing minute. My hands are trembling when I finally raise them. I know the skin beneath it unwrapping out too well. The hideous, unnatural flesh I've grown to despise. I grip the edge of the bandages. Stop. With a weary sigh, the man slides off the beam and lands with a thud to the snakes, shakes the panel underfoot. He's a monster, with an imposing figure that towers over me. I couldn't tell how tall he was before, but he is big, illuminated by lantern light. His features are strong, sharper. Subtle clink of metal accompany each of his footsteps. The closer he gets to me, the faster my heart hitches. What does he want? Is he going to kill me? I step backwards and find nothing to set my foot on. I'd forgotten my back was to the sea spring. I fall, right before a warm hand catches my lower back. I'm hovering above the sea spring, the scent of smoke and leather enveloping me. Blazing crimson eyes bore into mine. Told you to watch your step. I'm too stunned to muster a response. Like I weighed nothing, he guides me back to solid ground and steps back. Following a subtle gesture from his fingers, the souls around us disperse and relax. The shift in the demeanor is so abrupt it gives me whiplash. The enormous tentacles are no longer in the rafters, though now I doubt they ever saw them at all. Either way, I exhale a breath of relief. Thanks. As focused on me as he was before, the monster pays no attention to me now. He clicks some seating pillow out of the walkways, checks the counters on the kettle with a scroll. The sudden disregard is almost insulting. So, that's it? I'm not a threat anymore. Never were one. Then why'd you threaten me? People get honest when they're afraid. In other words, he was messing with me. I drag a hand over my face, exhausted by the fact that this is the second time a monster has provoked me today. You are Ace, aren't you? Depends who is asking. One of your friends told me this was your territory. She also said you were a gang leader. But there's no one else here. I thought there'd be more people. Ace picks up the kettle and walks to the edge of the sea spring that dumps out the contents into the endless red. Gang took a walk. His pleasant smile stretches across his face, ear to ear. In an instant, it drops. I get the sense that I shouldn't ask about his gang again. Something must have happened. I've learned to recognize a real leader when I see one. Ace regrettably fits the type perfectly. He knows how to scare people and expects submission. But it's uncommon for someone so used to being in power to be so alone. What do you need the sea spring's power for? Depends. Can it cure a curse? Probably. You mean you don't know? Nope. He shakes out the empty kettle and starts collecting stray cups, tidying up. My frustration builds. I narrow my eyes at him in a questioning glare. When he noticed, he returns with an amused smirk. Are you being irritating on purpose? Listen, Sparrow. The sea spring can cure anything. Nothing stopping you from trying it yourself. What do I have to do? Drink. I have to aim for the sea spring? My eyes glide to the blood-like pool beside us. The idea of ingesting the strange liquid makes my guts churn. Is there a price? Always. Ace taps his temple with a finger. You lose a little bit. That's it? I have already beaten to this punch. My humor earns me an amused, fine grin. This is little different. When you drink for a sea spring, you forget who you are. Your mind combines with everyone's who ever drank from before. Humans, monsters, soulless. One big happy family in your head. My blood runs cold. I've heard of this before. Group minds. I thought they were just rumors. I've heard whispers of cult performing rituals to bind their members' mind together. Never seemed possible. But something tells me this is real. Even if one thing doesn't add up. Your eyes are red too, but you obviously haven't forgotten who you are. Before I can finish my sentence, Ace strides past me towards the entrance. Time is up. Let's finish this later. Wait, already? You barely told me anything. Came on bad day. I've got somewhere to be. There are still so many questions burning on the tip of my tongue, but my frustration spew out before any of them. I was told to come here for help, but instead I get threatened and kicked out. You're joking, right? Watch your tone. I'm nice, but you don't want to ruin the host's mood. My skin prickles. The feeling of being watched washes over me again. My eyes dart back over to the sea spring. A lone ripple dances on the quiet surface. I take Ace's advice and clap my mouth shut. Ace approaches a nearby solace. A lanky, dog-like one with 6 legs and a crown of tendrils. Several sets of crimson eyes adorned its sides. Its forked tail walks rapidly when Ace squats beside it. He runs his fingers through the tendrils, scratches its chin, and pats its head. A gentle smile plays across Ace's lips. The affection he holds for the soulless is painfully clear. I dip my eyes away. My stomach flutters at the tender sight. It's getting dark out, so this pretty girl will guide you back. Following a short whistle from Ace's lips, it trots over to the entrance obediently, tails waving. I watch the soulless warily. It is not a word I would use to describe it, and the idea of... Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I just saw the notifications. I'm happy if you enjoyed. It's going nice. I'm trying to voice act as much as I can. I hope you're enjoying listening to it. I am pretty new at voice acting and my natural voice is very feminine, so I have a bit hard time to voice act very masculine characters like Ace, but the next character is more in the vein of voices I can make, so... Also, I have to not forget to save. How are you, by the way? I hope you're having a good day or night, depending where you are. I watch the soulless warily. It is not a word I would use to describe it, and the idea of it protecting me sounds absurd. If I decide to drink, how should I find you? Oh, if you're tired, just sit back, get something to drink, and enjoy listening to the playthrough. Find someone with eyes like mine. They'll point you in the right direction. But think it's over. Once you drink, you can't go back. It's a lot to process, but I give a small nod At least I know I have another option for a cure, as disturbing as it may be. I follow the soulless at a measured distance and watch it nudge the giant door open with ease. When about to cross the threshold, I sneak one last glance behind me. Yes, I generally try to make different voices. I want to learn to voice act, at least to some degree. My voice is very fragile, so I can't voice act or attempt to voice act for more than 2 hours, but we're trying. When I started, I was stuttering all the time, so that's a progress. At least. Also, I'm not moving, not because my model isn't 2D, but because if I do use my model the proper way, it's gonna crash my PC. My PC is very bad. My PC barely holds any games, and so if I am using my moving model with the game, it's gonna crash. So instead, I'm opting for just static model for this game. But I move for the rest. If you join for another stream, we have streams tomorrow and then on Saturday. My heart skips when I meet A's eyes. I'm about to snap my head away. He just flashes me an easy smile. Till next time, Sparrow. I'll buy you a drink for scaring you. I don't trust myself to do anything but respond with another cow nod. Yay! Last time my game crashed around this time, so I have to save in case it crashes again. As you can see on the screen from my running away cursor, it happens because of input delay, because of how bad my PC is. We're in the trenches when it comes to scuffed equipment. Outside, more crimson-eyed soulless scuttle about. It's hard to believe it's the same threatening pack from before. They chase each other in circles, run around in box mud. They pay no attention to me as the dog-like one escorts me away. It's an eventful trip. Sometimes the soulless look over its shoulder at me to make sure I was still following. Darkened the sky by the time we reach the city. The soulless sits and looks at me expectantly with the familiar crimson eyes. Ace pet the soulless soul. As nervous as I am, I carefully glide my fingers through the soulless tendril and scratch beneath its chin, just like Ace did. Ace had. It pushes into my palm in response, rumbling with the sounds aching to a purr. The vibration is soothing, almost healing my fatigue. When it's satisfied, the soul spin around and scamper back in the direction we came, vanishing into the darkness. It's barely my first day in Iridia, and I've already encountered so many things I've thought were impossible. Them soulless being one of them. My head spins. Maybe I should call it a day. Come on. Nightfall creeps around the streets of Iridia, the city. Maybe Eritine, even in the daytime, has become a warden of treacherous alleyways. The streets are completely deserted. If I hadn't been there earlier, I would have thought this part of the city is abandoned. I make my way through the winding streets, doing my best to keep my breathing towards the wet twig. My steps slow when I hear rushing in the dark. I strain my eyes, but everything is still. Is the silence playing tricks on me? We saw something rush over us when Ver was coming, so we are most likely right. Here, if you hear like the BGM is really good. You hear like somebody is whispering in your ears. The fine hairs of the back of my neck wrinkle, a frisson of discomfort running down my spine. Something is wrong. My eyes dart from one side of the street to the other, searching for movement, but the shadows are as deep as darkest pool of ink, and I see nothing. I said that you can hear in the BGM of the game, you can hear whispers, and I find the game BGM to be very good. I'm sorry if my voice disappears sometimes. I don't have mic. Just listen, I'm gonna shut up so you can hear. It should come in a second. It repeats itself. It's very faint, so I'm not sure if you can hear it, but it's like shh, very faint. It's not audible. What they are saying is just whispered. I can't stay here. I need to reach an busier part of the city. Drowning my cloth tighter around my body, a hurry on my way. So I keep my eyes sharp and listen intently. There's only the sound of my own footsteps. As the moments pass and nothing happens, I begin to wonder, maybe I did imagine the noise. I turn the next corner and my thoughts come screaming to a halt. My head spins, the world blurring as adrenaline rushes through my veins. Only one thing is clear amidst the haze. The souls that attacked the caravan. It's crooked over a dark, indistinct shape. Oh, you don't know about the game. This is demo of a game that's in progress. The game is up to come out in 2 years. You play as a person who is cursed. Their arms can't touch people because when they touch people, people turn crazy and go insane. It's post-apocalyptic world with these monsters that you're seeing on screen running around, and you meet different characters while you attempt to reach Cenobium, which is like higher place full of knowledge that you want to go and ask about cure for your curse. But while you enter the big city, which is Iridia, like Cenobium is placed in Iridia, you start to meet people that talk against the Cenobium, and basically the demo is you're experiencing your first day in that place. It's kind of dating sim, but also with very good story. So the dating part is, yeah, it's very good. The soundtrack is incredible, the art is incredible, everything. They plan to put 2 more characters to the story. If you type in chat !socials, you're gonna be able to find my Twitter. And on Twitter, I shared their link. If you want to check more about the game and support them, I highly recommend it. It's small team working on the game, and they are doing incredible job. So feel free to support them. Yeah, look it up. I still can't believe how good the game is actually. I'm not doing it justice with my absolutely amateur attempt to voice act. Um, but yeah, the game is also very inclusive because it allows you to choose your own pronouns and stuff. And some of the characters are non-binary, so that's good for me. I'm very happy to see more inclusion. It's crouched over a dark, indistinct shape, a body. A gaunt and intestines spew from pale flesh. Blood ground the cobblestone. For a mercy, the soulless is too distracted by its meal to have noticed me. My feet feel as heavy as stones, but I can't just stand here. Holding my breath, I take a step backwards. When the wet, slippery sounds don't abate, I take another, then another. Then a sharp of glass crunches under my heel. The world seems too slow to crowd as the soulless raises its head, blood dripping from its tendrils. Every single one of its bulging eyes fixed unblinkingly on me. It's really here. It's come back for me. I mean, we don't have much options rather than run. It's only run. I'm off like a shot, running for my life through the dark night streets. Behind me, a pierced day split the silence, and heavy footfall pound after me. My head thunders in my chest. My heart thunders in my chest. I was like, wait, my head? I misread Carter's head. My heart thunders in my chest. I take turn at random, trying to lose it in the maze of streets, but I can't seem to shake it. I can hear its breathing now. A wet, fluttering rasp, growing closer and closer. The same clowns that circle my arms swipe out. I duck, set my pure legs, and skid around the corner. I take 3 running strides before the bottom drops out to my stomach. A wall twice as high as me bars my way. A dead end. When I turn around, the soulless loom in the entry to the alleyway is no longer running. It doesn't have to. As it draws closer, my thoughts race. Some of the buildings leaning on the street are lit. There must be people inside. It's a long shot, but try the nearest door. A whirl, grabbing the handle of the closest door. It turned completely, the hinges creaking as I push, and I feel a flash of hope before a weight hits the door from the other side, and it slams shut. The click of a lock, turning it grimly final. In this wretched world. Few people will stick their neck out to help their own flesh and blood. Never mind a stranger. The soulless give a rasping hiss. It's the only warning I get before they lunge for me the flesh of claws. I hurl myself to the side, but the slick cobblestone betrayed me. I fall, sprawling over the raw stone. As the soulless loom over me, I scramble away for it until my back hits the wall. There's nowhere left to go. It deserves on me for the kill. But the impact never comes. Yay! The last character is here. Let me drink water because my voice is dying. I warily crack one eye open, then the other. Not sure whatever I should believe what I'm seeing. A hooded figure crouches in front of me, one bloodstained hand outstretched. Oh, look at them! Look how cool they look! Ah, I love the illustrations. They're so pretty. Moonlight silvers the edge of their stiletto knife. Their face and hands are splattered with blood, and the soulless. My eyes dart past my unexpected rescuer to the misshapen from behind them. The soulless many eyes, once restless and vibrant, now look dull and waxy. A red pool spreads slowly from under its body. Numb with shock, I can't help but stare. It's dead! After all people it's killed! After nearly killing me twice. I can hardly believe it. Well, I gingerly take the offered hand. The stranger gazes deep to my bandages. Pale lips part. On the brink of question, then closes again. With a strength belaying their slight frame, they pull me to my feet. As soon as I am on my own 2 feet again, they pull away from me and start wiping the blood from their face and hands. Stay here. Stay there. Sorry, I'm misreading so many things today. They turn away from me stiffly, leaning over the soulless, gangly body. With their back towards me, I realized that I saw their hooded silhouette at the synovium. You are at the synovium. I've seen you before. You were at the synovium earlier, weren't you? They cast a weary look at me. So what if I was? Their hands response that make me a bug. Before I can formulate a response, they continue. What you're thinking, traveling alone at night? This is far from worst thing counting Longtown. I can't make hands or trail of them. First they saved me, and now they scold me? Lesson learned. I could do without the lecture though. To my surprise, they break eye contact. Their attention glides back. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I wish I could do more with my voice, but I'm very new at attempting to do any sort of voice acting. But thank you. Thank you for the compliment. I wish my streams to be fun and happy place for people. As it's written in my description. Look at the sky and know that you're not alone. That is my whole idea. So if it reassures you, that's very nice. Also, sorry for the sounds, I'm trying to position myself in my old chair. Okay. I'm so afraid my PC is gonna crash, so I need to save before it happens again. Oh, nice. It's good. You're the second person who is joining chat who dubbed. I am playing the walkthrough of Our Life, which is kind of slice of life kind of story. And one of the voice actors for that game joined chat and I lost my mind because it was very, very unexpected. Like I was playing the game and the person entered and was chatting with me. I was like, excuse me, what is this luck? I'm absolutely non-existent channel on that platform, so yay. Okay, let's continue after I drink a bit of water. I clear my throat to feel the silence. I'm Zero. Min. Suddenly, Min tense. Their blade flashes as they drive it into the back of the soulless neck. The soulless thrashes once, letting out a rattling hiss as the air leaves its lungs. Min leans on the blade, driving in deeper and deeper until the sickening crunch and the creature goes limp. My heart thuds in my chest. It must have been clinging to its life by a thread. Min straightens up, withdraws their blade in a single smooth motion. Better to put wretched things like this out of their misery. They calmly clean the blood from their knife. That swift and hesitatingly lethal stride wasn't the work of an amateur. But they don't act like any of the cold-blooded killers I've seen in the past. Why is the soulless inside the city? Min looks at me, eyes searching before realization dawns. You are new here. There's no walls around the city. Soulless come and go as they please, until someone is contracted to stop them. The Cenobian patrols don't bother to protect Walltown. Not anymore. Let me guess, you're not a fan of the Cenobian? I wouldn't go that far. Their brow abruptly furrows, and they see their knife, motion for me to follow them. It's not safe here. The vultures can smell death. I'm not quite sure what they mean, but I don't want to stay lost in the city. I trail behind them as they stride down the street. If it's so dangerous, then why are you helping me? I came for the bounty on the soulless, and you were in the way. Not killing you isn't the same as helping you. Don't count on being lucky again. You're dead by sunrise. I'm gonna check the link later when I finish streaming. Thank you for sharing. You're more than free to join my Discord and share your stuff there. I generally have rule. It's not written. I have to actually update my rules for streaming, but not promotion of people, unless just to avoid spam, because some people tend to spam sometimes. But if you want to promote your stuff, you're more than free to join my Discord. And there is like a channel there for self-promotion. Their answer is stingly harsh. Okay. Read up. I don't bother holding back anymore. Fine. I don't know why you'd dive in of nowhere to kill some dangerous soulless, then be rude to the person you held, but go right ahead. Min blinks, staring at me like my head just spun around my neck. They open their mouth, then close it, looking uncertain. I forge onward, gathering steam. How was I supposed to know there's be dangerous soulless hunting in the streets? You don't have to be an asshole about it. You're not as spineless as you look. Zero. And Kurosh is here. I turn, surprised by voice. Kurosh walks on the street towards us. His white and gold clothing is pristine, despite the grime of the city. Hello, Min. I see that soulless was your work. Min shrugs. There's familiarity to the way they regard each other. Oh my god, I'm not gonna say the second lol. You know them, Kurosh? Min is freelancer who has done a few errands for me. They're quite reliable. Unreliable freelancers don't eat. There's something Kurosh isn't saying here. Zero needs to get back to whatever they're staying before they wander into the jaws of another soulless. It's late. Were you able to find a place to stay, Zero? I'm staying at the Wetwick. Both of their faces fall. I see. Would you like a guide? I might be preferable to wandering about alleyways. That would be nice. Min clicks their tongue on the sides, sounding mildly put out. Going to the Amarillo district, I'll go on suspect. Oh, this way. Despite Min's clear distance, when Kurosh leads me down the street, they keep pace with us. Catching my curious glance, Min's eyes narrow. It's not safe this late. I don't care about you, but Kurosh is the only doctor worth a damn in this place. Are you like this with everyone? The deadpan look Min gives me is answer enough. I catch Kurosh hiding a slight smile. I suppress a sigh and resign myself to having a grumpy shadow all the way back to Wetwick. The road Kurosh takes is completely different from my slow winding earlier in the morning. In no time at all, he cuts through darkened streets and twisting alleyways. It seems like half the city has poured into the Amaryllis district, colorful streets. Laughter, Playing glasses and music assault my ears from every direction. Yet the most noise still comes from the wet wake. Its door hung wide open, lanterns lit. Here we are. I'm gonna save just in case. Panicked saving because I hear my PC doing questionable sounds, so I don't want it to crash on me. Kurosh is like a doctor. He saved us when we first were attacked by soulless and somehow managed to attach our arm because we lost one of our arms. The soulless basically cut it all out from us. But Kurosh somehow managed it to work, which is he moves towards the door, and Min lets out the audible huff. Huh, don't tell me you're going in. I have some quick business with Leander. Fine. You still owe me for yesterday's work. They drag their feet, reluctantly trailing me into the tavern. The BGM of this game is so good. Every BGM, every soundtrack they use for every part is perfect. As soon as the door opens, a wave of sticky heat rolls over me. In the hours since I left, the week had grown suffocatingly crowded. Kurosh stands out, easy a head taller than most. Even so, I nearly lost sight of him amid the sea of swarming bodies. Pardon me. The crowd parts as though answering his request. Kurosh glances his shoulder at Min and me before gliding through. How can anyone breathe in here? Min follows Kurosh at a clipped pace. Leander is right where I left him, although he's traded place with the bartender. He holds a pair of shot glasses filled to the brim with luminous green liquid. And now for the finishing touch. A flash of magic paints the glasses white with frost. You're never gonna guess what's in this. Leander slides the glasses across the bar, and I get my third and fourth shock of the evening in rapid succession. Ace leaning against the bar, an elbow propped up on the counter. He catches the glasses and lifts one to the light before turning it upside down. The countess, magically congelated, stay firmly in place. You're supposed to make drinks, pretty boy. Don't tell me you're wasted already. Verb perches on the bar. Hi. Hello. Hi. Thank you very much for joining, Asta. Hi. Verb perches on the bar, counter beside Ace. Takes a single look at the shot glass and shakes his head. What have we here? A book full of boogers? Leander's nose treasure. I'm good trying to voice act. My voice kinda starts to give up on me a bit, but we're nice. We're chilling. I hope you're having a good day or night too. Thank you for joining, chat. And I'm almost all out of water. Oops, I forgot that space in this game actually closes the things. If it and worse. Where sleeps twitch and his ears flatten when Ace offers him a glass. He turns his cheek with a sniff, and Ace just snickers. Coward. Don't tell me you're actually... In one fluid motion, Ace throws back his head and dons the shot. Oh, nice. Have a nice breakfast. Have a nice breakfast. Drinking that? A dark look across Ace's face. It's chewy. Chewy? Wait, let me try again. Behind me, Min grumbles. I told you this place was a nest of degenerates. If he's in corrosion, Min... At the sound of Lander's voice, Min's pale eyes grow wide. They look ready to bolt until Kurosh sets a hand on their shoulder. I promise this will not take long. Min's eyes dart from Kurosh's hand to his face, then soften. Fine, you first. While they step forward, I linger behind, struck by the sudden revelation. All of the people I've met today know each other. Good evening, Leander, Ace. Another drinking competition, I presume. Oh, it's evening already? Could have sworn it was earlier. Just some friendly rivalry, Doctor. Nothing to be afraid of. Kurosh acknowledges Lander and Ace with a slight nod, ignoring Ver entirely. Not that Ver seems to mind. He hits his head and impish smile curls his lips when he spots Min looming slightly behind Kurosh. I almost didn't see you there, Min. Looking for your booster seat? Min pushes back their hood. They level Verso with a cool look. Thought Ace wasn't allowed to bring his pets in here. First tail gives an angry twitch. Look at them. Look at them. They're so cute. I love them all. At the first sign of impending fight, Leander vaults clear over the counter. He slides in between Ace and Kurosh. No, let's try and keep the pace. It's not every day the esteemed doctor takes up on a drink. His arm snakes around Kurosh's shoulders. You're finally taking me on that drink, right, Kurosh? I am afraid not. We were merely escorting Zero back to their lodgings. Kurosh gestures in my direction and my stomach sinks. I reluctantly step into the light. As soon as he sees me, Lander's face brightens. Zero! It's been too long. Everyone, this is Zero. They are new to Iridia. I feel 5 pairs of eyes fixed on me, and suddenly the bar feels suffocatingly small. My voice nearly catches in my throat. Actually, I've already met everyone. You've already met? Ace and Ver level me with a subtle, amused expression. First tail gives me a lazy wag. We did. Not that long ago either. I'm starting to suspect they're stalking me. He looks far too pleased with himself when I roll my eyes. This calls for drinks. What does everyone want? In an instant, all eyes turn to Leander, freeing me from the burden of attention. I still can't believe they all know each other. Watching them all talk amongst themselves feels so surreal. But for the first time since I undertook journey to Eridia, I feel a faint glimpse of hope, I think. No, I know I was meant to meet them. The low, pleasant rumble of Leander laughed pulls me from my restless thoughts. Well, color me surprised. You make friends fast, Zero. I wouldn't go that far. We're more like acquaintances. A wise man once said that acquaintances are merely friends you haven't shared a drink with yet. A wise man? You said that here last week. I can hear Miss lip curl with a distaste from across the bar. Leander clears his throat and continues, unperturbed. Let toast for Zero's health. Care to join in, Doctor? Kurosh politely declines with a wave of his hand. How about you, Min? No. Are you... No. A resounding pop pierces the din on the bar. We all turn the direction of the noise. Vod looks almost bashful as he accepts a flowing fluid from the bartender, poured from a bottle of oud. Its label has been worn blank. They serve champagne here? Since when? Vod pauses in the middle of lacing champagnes from his finger with a coy smile. You don't mind, do you? In a transformation as impulsive as his magic trick, the corner on Leander's face vanished. He laughed softly. No, be my guest. I know you got expensive taste. Then he shows the bartender a frantic look, unbothered or uninterested in his company. Ace scans his head at me, a light smile on his lips. How are you, Sparrow? I did say I'd buy you a drink earlier. No. My treat. Ace regards Landers over the lip of his glass. In the dim light, the gleam in his crimson eyes looks downright dangerous. What will be, Zero? I mean, they're drinking the whole thing with friends after drink, so I'm gonna drink. I'll take you up on that drink, as long as it's not one of those green shots. Don't know them till you try them. They taste better than they look. Somehow I doubt that. But I hold my tongue long enough for Lander to go behind the bar. He's lying, isn't he? When I glance at Ace, he only shrugs. Like I said, they're chewy. Probably poisoned too. He considered his own drink, the bowl of amber-colored whiskey. Leander tried to kill me 12 times by now. It's already always a gamble. Burke licks his tongue in disapproval. When he finally looks my way, it's with a half-lidded gaze softened by his third glass of champagne. What are you? I wouldn't let Leander put anything in my mouth. He fans his fingers over his chest, voice dripping with a fake reverence. Tuetwick is one of the finest drinking establishments in all Viridia. While you're here, you may as well partake of the signature watered-down drinking and still not leather. He sweeps his hand towards a cheap ceramic bowl filled with spindly, sparkly jerky that I can only assume is not leather. What is with the food in this city? As abysmal as you make it sound, this place is completely packed. It's not it's not that bad. Depending on the day, the food's edible. Ace takes a measured sip of his drink. Gotta stick around for the real attractions though. Before I can ask what he means, Lander returns with a tumbler that he sits in front of me. Uneven chunks of ice bob in a pool of reddish-purple alcohol. I sniff the drink suspiciously. To my relief, this time all I smell is sharp, clean scent of gin with an underscent of fermented fruit. Relax, it's just a local specialty, plum gin. Although if you're feeling more adventurous... I shake my head. Lander rubs his knuckle against the bar and the group falls silent. Alright everyone, let's toast. May Zero stay in Iridia, be full of bright adventures and discoveries. Cheers! Lander, Ace, and Burr raise their glasses in unison. Min only crosses their arm and Kurosh watches with polite indifference. I tip back my drink. The plum gin is eye-watering strong, despite the sharp medicinal edge. It does sound smooth. One sip softens the edges of my vision. The next fades the din of the crowded bar into a low, persistent murmur. I find myself unwinding for what feels like the first time in years. Aren't you popular one, Zero? I'm guessing you met Kurosh first? I would be more accurate to say that I found him. He saved my life. I merely performed my duty as a doctor. Although I must admit that I was confused when I woke up missing all my clothes. Lander make a choked noise. Somewhere behind him, Min sighs. It's not what you think. Zero was in grave condition. I could hardly treat such injuries to tattered clothes. The silence that follows stretches uncomfortably long. I look away, unable to fake Kurosh's disappointment, and catch Ver snickering behind his hand. That's my cue to change the topic. Kurosh isn't the only one who saves me today. Don't you listen? I didn't save you. You are simply there. That's mean for you. Lander reached for Min, but they did under his arm with practiced ease, without so much as looking his way. As reliable as they are moody. You're the one to talk, considering you neglected to warn them to stay off the streets at night. Oh, might have gotten a little distracted. Min only responds a short breath. At any rate, I never got a chance to thank you, Min. Don't. The less soulless alive, the better. For a heartbeat, Min's eyes flick towards Ace and their lips twist. Ace is too busy nodding along to Percy's enthusiastic pantomime of stabbing to notice. Lost, no doubt, in entrailing discussion. I've had enough this hellhole, let's go. Min and Kurosh share a brief look, then the doctor speaks up. Very well, but there's something that I must discuss with Leander, if you excuse me, Zero. And just like that, the three of them depart, leaving me alone to sour my chin in silence. Or so I think, until I hear a voice so soft and low in practically a pool. Lost your guide. I turn to find crimson and pink eyes trained on me. It's not lost on me that they chose the instant the others left to strike. Just my luck. I had to be abandoned with two most irritating people I've met all day. Monsters or not, there's no telling what they'll do if either of them push me again. Don't tell me Leander already snuck off to get his knob swapped out back. Oh god, Bear with his sexual jokes are killing me. He got business with corrosion men. Oh, one business, Isn't he lucky? I can't tell which is a champagne of the company, but Ver had grown noticeably more relaxed. He sits with his chin propped on the back of his hand. His ears twitch whenever a hiccup shakes his shoulders. Why are you so far away? Come, join us. He passed the empty bar stool besides Ace, but I hesitate. The smell wavers is sweet and distinctly sly, and with drinking in mix, I dread how he and Ace will mess with me next. We don't bite. I'm not sure about that. Just hours ago he tried to rob me and you threatened me. Me? Still? Surely you may be mistaken. You sure it was me? Yes, it was you. And then you had the go to kick me out just so you could go drinking. He gives another one of his shrugs. I was lonely. A simpler answer than I expected, but I guess I can't fault him for that. Ver suddenly slumps forward. Summer sleeves pulling where he rests his elbows to his knees. Aces his hand on Ver's waist, narrowly preventing him from tipping off the counter. How about we start fresh, Begin with proper introduction, go off, the right foot and whatnot. I'll start. The name is Ver, hunter extraordinaire. Ver's right hand flutters to his chest, and he bows his head, flinching when hair falls into his eyes. Ace doesn't say anything, so I suppose it's my turn now? It's Zero. Ver considers me for a long moment, his tail idly swaying behind him. Then he knocks back the rest of his champagne. It's a pleasure to formally meet you, Zero. He says my name slowly and deliberately, savoring every syllable. A tingle jumps down my spine. I quickly turn my gaze away. Ace smirks at my reaction over the rim of his glass. Is something funny? Nope. I open my mouth and close it just as quickly. They want me to react, goading me into another ridiculous game. But their sharp, cat-like eyes keep me on edge. Something about this tension is fun. It must be the gin. A flash of wide open over his shoulders catch my eye. Across the bar, Kurosh heads from the door. I don't see Leander or Min, but it feels wrong to let him leave without saying goodbye. I'll be back. Barry hums and walks his fingers at me as I leave. I slip through the crowd, careful not to touch anyone. But just as I'm nearing Kurosh, I stagger, shoulders checked by a man with a neck thicker than both my thighs. He stares down at me, nostrils slithering. Out of my way! She's staring. My words spew out of their own. You watch it! I always forget that it's not space. I regret them as soon as they leave my mouth. That fucking Jen! The Raunik wheels around, shoving a bloodhound out of the way so he can close in on me. What did you say? He shoves me backwards, sending me stumbling to the sticky floor. I'm fine, but my heart leaps into my throat when I see the Raunik bearing down on me. You're trying to start something here? The Raunik freezes, his fist cocked back. A group of bloodhounds called by the commotion circle him, sizing him up. For what feels like an agonizingly long moment, the Raunik looks for me to the bloodhounds. Finally, he sniffs and spits on the floor next to me. The lobe narrowly misses my cheek. Screw it. Too many freaks in the circus tonight. He turns his back on me and comes face to face with Ace, a dangerous smile spreading across his face. You will do. What happened next is a blur. Ace's fist crashes into the Raunik jaw, causing an eruption of gasps, shouts, and even cheers around us. I scramble to my feet right as the frantic crowd swarms around me, cutting off my sight of everything and everyone. Through the ruckus, I hear Leander shouting, Hey, Ace! Take it outside! Ignore them, everyone! Look! Drinks on me! With those 4 words, the wiki erupts with hoots and hollers. The ring around me disappears as bloodhounds and onlookers rush towards the bar. Through the thinning crowd, I catch glimpses of familiar faces. Ace vanishes out the back, dragging the Rodnik behind him. Kurosh lingers near the door, searching, I suspect, for any wounded before he departs. Min draws their hood up tight as they slip out the side door. Whoever leans over the counter to swipe a glass of wine from behind the bar. And Leander, seated at the opposite end of the bar, gestures dramatically and apologetically at the bartender. In the space of a heartbeat, I realize there's no telling when or if I'll see any of them ever again. Whoever I pursue may be the last person I get to speak to tonight I follow. So, this is the part where you can choose who to follow and which path to get. The game is short. You have around 15 minutes of playtime with each character. I suggest you, if you play the game, to save at this point and play through each character. I was thinking of playing their parts, but because I want to support the game, I want you guys to go download it, it's free, and play it yourself. Also feel free to leave feedback to the developers. And also because I don't think with my voice being so fragile, I will be able to make the justice to each character currently. I can play it someday, but I actually more than enough prefer to leave it for you guys so you can explore the bit of a game yourself. Let me move to here. Let me go here. And just a second. I think now we're gonna be able to stay with me. Here we go. Here we go. Hello. Hi. As I told you, I couldn't play the game with me being not just as PNG in case it closes. But again, I really suggest you to download the game. You can type Touchstarved Steam and it's gonna pop up. You can type Touchstarved on Twitter and their profile gonna pop up. Please support them. What they're doing is incredible. The storytelling is incredible. The music, also the representation with allowing people to choose more than just he and she as pronouns. Also having character as like men that go by they them. So yeah, I'm very thankful for the support and for the raid. I can't believe we got raided. I hope you can have fun time watching the first part if you haven't watched it, me playing it. You can go on YouTube for the VOD or on Twitch and check it. I think the VOD for the previous part is still here on Twitch. If it isn't, you just have to go on YouTube. Something else before we part ways. As always, I'm gonna raid you to another person. I hope you will be nice. I'm gonna say hi to them. No pressure to stay, of course, as long as you just make them happy with just saying hi in chat, so they know that some more people joined, as it was the case for me with the raid I got today. And the last thing I wanted to say, as always, don't forget that you can always check me here. My schedule may be a bit scuffed, but my main goal is to just make a nice place for you guys to chill and relax. Hopefully when I get better setup we can play more engaging games that involve less of me reading and more of me playing. But as I mentioned many times, I want to practice my voice acting, so it does good for me to have mainly games that involve reading anyways. And again, look at the sky and know that you're not alone, because we're always here to support you if you need it. Yeah, so as I always say, have a nice day or night, take care of yourself, and please wait for the raid if you have time and if you're willing to join us. Bye! This is to you, chat. I love you.